Well, good day, viewers. Another day. Here's Corey. Hey, Corey, say hello. No, I'm not that tasty. But anyway, good news is those bubbles that were in our ceiling corners seem to have evaporated overnight, which is a great thing. So we're on to our second coat on the ceiling today. We'll also be putting a finish coat of paint on the wainscoting. And we're going to paint the walls. And then we're going to polish the shower. In no particular order. I'm going to have to play that one as we go along. My contemplation is maybe the wall polishing has to happen before the painting of the walls. But then I'm going to debate after I get the ceiling painted and the wainscoting with a coat of paint on it. So me and Corey are going to be busy working today, aren't we, Corey? Yeah, he looks excited about that, doesn't he? All right, so we'll be back. Okay, so remember what I said about keeping things clean. I know that sounds like I'm repeating myself over and over again, but see, when you walk in the next day, having a clean workspace and having your equipment clean does make it more of a better mood, if you will, for moving forward. If you have to clean up from yesterday's mess, that's kind of discouraging. It might even prevent you from even working that day. So again, we used the primer can yesterday. As you can see, I cleaned that. And here's our lovely can refurbished from its disastrous use. I also recycled the liner just because, I do have more, but it's the same paint. I literally only used it on a 7x5 ceiling. And I said, why would I throw this away and just use another one? So I did clean it last night. I very rarely do. I get worried about having this kind of stuff getting into the paint, but it seems to be pretty embedded into the liner, so I don't have to worry about it getting into the finished paint. So as I said, we're going to go on to the final coat on the ceiling, and then we're going to paint the wainscoting walls. Bring in a little bit later. Hang in there. I've also recycled this roller. I primed with it. I put on my first coat of paint with it and rinse out each time. That's one great thing about these mohairs. And again, if you just get a little water in the roller, just simply hook on a paper towel and just roll back and forth to get any excess water out. What you want to make sure is that there's no stiffness in the mohair of the roller. This is a little stiff, which could lead to a bad finish. So I might not use this, but it's just an idea that they are reusable. I did clean it out quite well, but again, it's very hard to get every bit of paint out of it. I'm still debating whether I'm going to use that. I do have 5 other ones because I don't usually recycle rollers, but it gets kind of expensive if you just keep tossing them out, especially on just a very small ceiling. So we'll be back. So I'm not a big risk taker, so I decided to go with a new roller. Funny thing is I opened this one here, and as you can see, it's got some marks in here. I'm not sure if they'll transfer to the finish coat. I can appreciate our advancement in the things that we use, but even as we advance and find things that are for better use, we seem to just not have great quality control. So here's probably a good product with poor quality control. Why would you sell that to someone? Not to mention you have to go through here and pick out all these little burrs, which is what I'm trying to get away from with my finished paint. But the reason why I decided to go with this one is because you can see the difference between 2 rollers. So, again, it's soft, okay? But I'm not a big risk taker, as I mentioned, because I don't want to put all the effort I put into that ceiling and then find out I should have just used a new roller. So now we're back to finished painting. Now, another little thing that I do after I get done rolling a ceiling is I'll take a wet brush and I'll go over any of the hit marks. What that does is that alleviates any buildup that's on the wall. Just another good thing to remember. Okay, so now that we've got our final coat of paint, I believe, might need to do another one after we put the molding up, but we'll wait to see that, because usually when you put the molding up, which is painted beforehand, usually I have to caulk it in to get rid of any minor gaps. But we'll base that on when we get the molding going up. While we have this finish paint out, we're also going to put a coat of paint on the wainscoting. Now I'm going to roll it on, and then after that I'm going to brush it just to work it in and get rid of any buildup the roller might put in to the gaps here. Plus because it's only a 1/4 inch nap, it's not going to get very far. I already did cut it in. So you get the paint on, that gets the paint on quickly, and then of course, like I said, follow up with a brush. You have to do this quite quickly because today's latex paints dry very fast. So we'll be back. Okay, so now we're on to the green paint, and I wanted to introduce you guys to another product for these fast drying latex paints that leave brush marks and uneven roller surfaces. This product is called Floetrol, and what you could do is add 8 ounces per gallon. Now we have about 1/2 gallon here. I did not add it in the previous coats, but I've just been noticing how quickly this stuff sets up, creating ugly brush marks and ugly roller marks. So we're going to add about 4 ounces of this to our 1/2 gallon of paint, and that should buy us more working time so you can work the paint a little better. Plus it adds, you know, a better self-leveling aspect to the paint. So we'll get started with this green paint. Now another great thing to have to minimize the open time on a can, because if you're familiar with latex paints, even some oils, when you leave them open for using, say, a paintbrush, okay, they tend to skin up, creating burrs and ugliness for your paint job. You can use what we call a paint pal, I guess, or paint pail. It does come with liners. They even remind you to buy a liner when you buy it. I have another one that seemed to have been a victim of somebody who didn't have a liner that day. Another great thing about it is it's got a nice little magnet on it to hold your brush out of the paint, or even actually hold the paint or the brush in the paint so the ends of the brush don't get dried up. So we're going to move on with this green paint. Okay, so we've got the green paint on. I actually did 2 coats. I'll probably do a 3rd once everything is installed. But we will have to get the caulk applied again. I did intend to do it twice. I just wanted to get one on before paint and after paint. So I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to go do the trim, paint that, and then it's on to polishing these walls. I just need to give this some time to dry. After polishing the walls is when I'll put the final coat of sealer on, and then after installing fixtures, the bathroom will get one more coat of paint. So thank you for watching, and be on the lookout for the trim and polishing of the tub walls. See you later.